Would you please go out with us?
Yeah, please.
Please?
Think it'll work?
Oh, definitely.
I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being a cemetery, this is strangely romantic.
Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say?
With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket.
Where was he hiding that? Oh, exactly! Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right.
Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses.
Oh my goodness.
Dang.
A man after my own heart.
Them cheeses.
The cheese. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials. They became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't.
He sighs deeply.
Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second.
We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees.
What is that? Oh, wait, what is that?
Ah!
I'm not sure.
It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof!
Your turn.
Huh.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a dog. Oh.
Oh,
puppy!
As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily.
What a beautiful dog.
I don't know whose voice this is.
Hey!
We both look up, not expecting to see It's you! Thanks.
Oh, he's haunting me.
Thanks.
Wait, didn't he have a vicious dog?
Yeah, he had a vicious dog, Moose. A vicious pit bull.
Vicious dog. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening?
Hunting cryptids.
Huh.
Relatable? What?
What?
I didn't know you had a dog. Yes, we did! We did know!
This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. hunting cryptids.
Oh.
Damien and I share a look.
May I give her a treat?
Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though.
Not to worry.
Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks.
He must have a lot of room in his pockets. In his cloak. I want a cloak like that. With maximum pockets.
Man, that'd be cool.
My absolute pleasure.
Damien shakes the dog's paw.
Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again.
Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them.
I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. I, think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we'd had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home?
Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Aww.
Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Ness, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection.
Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded monogrammed handkerchief. He
Aw.
presses it into my hand.
Wow, thank you, Damien.
He uses to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't
wait to
sneeze on this.
sneeze on this.
I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. Ah!
I kind of like the bottom one.
I kinda like the bottom one too.
I approve.
Damien shuffles his feet.
I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. God, words are hard. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you.
Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand.
I must take my leave. Good night.
Before I can say anything else, he's gone.
Huh.
I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda rushes from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look
Mrs.
nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up?
Were you watching me from the window?
No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie?
Lots of vampire titties.
Told you.
But, as it turns out, Damien is scared.
Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien.
Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool that it's scary.
Nice save, Ness.
Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties?
I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk.
Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though.
How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf?
How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf?
Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you.
Nor I you.
We make intense, wary eye contact for a second.
Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya?
I will try not to howl at the moon past midnight.
No, man, I love those two dynamics. It's great.
Date complete!
Most
we do?
excellent.
How'd we do?
Brilliant.
My
Oh!
dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one.
We rocking it. Moose.
Taken the egg is it's a Victorian.
It's a Victorian. We did it.
We did it!
Oh.
It's a beautiful night, and the air smells so fresh, so I decide to take the long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking the sights and sounds of a suburban city with a low crime rate and wide walkable sideways at night.
Sidewalks.
As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head, and now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this out inside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. It turns out my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over a shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. I look over into the corner and spot none other than Mary sitting alone and in the corner nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad. She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into the middle distance. Do we say hi? Do we keep watching the game?
I mean, she is our neighbor.
She
and
is
she did,
our neighbor. We should probably
raise
say
her
hi.
glass. We should probably say hi, I guess.
I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up.
Oh wait, we're going to go sit with her. Ah, she's been like waving. Oh no. The seat taken? Nah.
She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyway, and she finally notices me.
Hey, cowboy. You alright? I don't remember how I did her voice either. Ah.
I think it was like sultry sexy.
Never better.
She hiccups.
Oh.
Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Uh-oh.
The divorce is finally happening.
Is it a divorce?
Is it a divorce? No. Oh. Will you walk a gal home?
We gotta walk her home or we gotta call her a cab?
To do it.
We can make sure she gets home, but I have concerns. I don't know, kind of worried about just getting her a cab, but a cab would be a good option. What do you think, Moose?
I don't know.
You want to roll for it? Or are you totally split?
Oh, let's roll for it.
Okay. Odd, we take her home. Even, we call her a cab.
Okay.
What we got?
What we got? Let's see. Odd. What's that?
Walk her home.
Damn it. Okay, let's go.
I slide out of the booth. She seems like Mary's having some trouble getting up. I reach out a hand to help her, but she waves me away.
I got it.
She clearly does not got it.
You know what? Hang out here for a second.
I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab.
Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm just making sure she gets home safe tonight.
I know you.
Yeah, it's nothing weird, just...
She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you.
She doesn't, like, go home with
I don't really want to say it.
one of the guys she meets.
Nah.
Nah?
Ain't her thing.
Huh.
I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat and directly into my arms.
Ah!
It's still raining a little bit. I take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head.
Such a gentleman. Let's get you home.
Mary and I walk in silence up the street toward the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her, for fear that she might hit on me, or not. What did the bartender mean by ain't her thing?
Sorry you have to see me like this. I'm usually not... I know Joseph doesn't like it when I... Just... sorry. It's alright.
Hey.
I'm sorry if I'm ever mean to you. Good! It's... alright. Yes. No, it's not. I'm having a really... Forget it.
As we get to the cul-de-sac, I can feel Mary starting to slow down. By the time we arrive at the doorstep, she pulls away from me.
Wait, can we just... Hold on. What's wrong? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I don't like that. Look at ours. How about another drink? Old time's sake. We don't know each other that well. Go on, Mary. It's bedtime. Time to go to sleep. Bye.
Mary looks me up and down, giving me a half smile.
You're right.
She pulls me in close for a hug, holding on to me for a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest.
You're a good kid. Thanks for the company.
Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens out her sweater, and walks the rest of the way to the front door herself.
Huh. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
This is like, free me!
Free me!
What?
Oh!
What?
They're together. They're both characters that are voiced to.
They are both
Wait.
characters you voice!
Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and we're wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter, longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa! Why can I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust down my door any minute now. I've got to destroy this computer. Ness, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God! Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Ness, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see that art. Oh, man.
Oh my god.
This is the Moose Show now.
Welcome to the Moose Show. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all these fancy art people.
You do this one.
Ness? Oh! Ness!
It is you!
I turn around, it's Joseph!
Joseph, what are you doing here? Why is
Joseph
everyone
scoffs
here?
at me. I'm looking for another Monet. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art, appreciator? Appreciatist?
Joseph.
Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too?
Yep, admittedly a little out of my depth here.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to be the odd one out.
Are you allowed to say that?
Say what?
You know, thank God?
Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister.
Squints.
The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery.
Good eve, good eve, good eve.
Evening, friends.
Who's ready for some art? Art is dead and nothing is real?
I don't know why I love that response so much.
No, we gotta say, you know I am!
Yes, you know.
We're here to support our friend.
Okay.
You know I love looking at paintings that are in frames, and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff.
Well put, Ness.
All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now.
I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go help myself to some tiny wines.
We need to talk with Hugo and Damien, because Damien's
Yep,
boy.
Damien's here for the arts.
also he's our boy.
Do it.
Our chosen one.
Our chosen one.
The
You were
chosen
supposed
one.
to bring balance to the fathers!
Not destroy it! So what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape painting of various locales within the American Northeast.
I look at the art. It is rad art!
At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you guys?
Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings in earnest.
It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, Ness. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more oh, it gets more complicated.
Hmm?
Sometimes the butts are more symbolic, sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting.
Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine.
What?
What'd I miss?
Hey.
Butts.
Ooh.
Shame. The cheese is nice, though.
Oh.
Shall we visit the next place?
We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of, I'm not even sure, hang on the walls. Oh. Oh, geez.
What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you?
I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It reminds me of my childhood. It represents strife. It's a butt. First one?
Yes. It seems to be an attempt to visually represent a universal experience. That's really powerfulness. Care to expound on it?
With pleasure, or just kidding, it's a butt.
With pleasure.
With pleasure.
With pleasure. These vivid, simple forms communicate a solemnity that is betrayed by the raw expressiveness of the brushwork, which, in a way, speaks to the essential nature of human experience. The scars left by the passage of time and the turmoil of contemporary life are both contextualized and deepened by the rose-colored echoes of preodipal consciousness.
Slow down there, Ness. Do us a favor and keep it simple.
It's a butt.
Everyone else stares at the painting. Yes, that's definitely a butt.
Oh.
While a valid assessment, I can't help feeling your initial judgment may be closer to the artist's intention.
Maybe you're underestimating how much the artist liked butts.
You are a servant of the Lord.
We're all God's creatures, even butts.
Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitalization. Wow, how do you figure that? That's what it says on the placard. Oh! Let's look at a few more of these.
We walk around the gallery, sampling more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by, what's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Psh, I could do that.
Excuse me?
Oh my.
Hugo, not here. No, come back here.
The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him.
He's about to roast this man's. Or woman's. Or they man's. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad.
Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point.
Friend, he's not worried.
Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket.
I'm sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy.
I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood.
Is it cheese?
No.
Oh.
It's wine and cheese.
Oh.
Cosigned.
The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese.
We got the last stop on the tour. We've got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art?
How delightful.
It is absolutely weirder than this art.
Let's do it.